You bought the candle, you ran the bath, you told yourself you earned it, and maybe you did. But somewhere between the playlist and the third hour of scrolling, the rest stopped repairing anything and started hiding something. That's the part nobody sells you. By the end of this, you'll be able to tell the difference between care that rebuilds you and comfort that quietly drains you. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. Most of what gets labeled self-care is just the thing you wanted to do anyway, dressed up so you don't have to feel bad about it. The face mask, the day off you didn't plan, the "I'm protecting my peace" text you sent to cancel on something hard. Some of that is real. A lot of it is a permission slip you wrote to yourself, signed in your own handwriting, excusing you from the exact work that would change your life. And the strange thing is, you can feel the difference even when you lie to yourself with words. Real rest leaves you lighter. The fake kind leaves a residue, a low hum of guilt you drown out. With one more episode, you know the hum. The question is why it's there at all. It's there because rest only restores something that was actually spent. You can't recover from a day you spent avoiding. A nap after 8 hours of building hits different than a nap after 8 hours of dodging. Same nap. The body knows which one it earned, and it keeps the receipt. This matters more for you than for almost anyone. You picked the harder road on purpose. No manager assigns your day. No salary lands whether you move or not. The whole bet of your life is that you can direct yourself without anyone standing over you. That freedom is the dream. It's also the trap, because the same freedom that lets you build whatever you want lets you rest whenever you want. And those two impulses are at war every single morning. So the wellness industry shows up with a solution that feels like care and works like sedation. Think about who profits when you treat yourself instead of finishing the thing that scares you. The subscription, the delivery app, the brand that turned your exhaustion into a target market. They want you soothed, comfortable, and exactly where you are. And here's what they understand that you might not. The most profitable customer is one who feels like they're growing while standing perfectly still. That's the trap underneath the bubble bath. The bath is fine. The story you tell around it is the problem. Picture two people, same age, same dream of building something of their own. One of them, after a brutal week, takes the evening completely off. Phone away, real food, asleep early, logs the day done in Hone, where a 40-day streak stares back at her each morning, link in the description, and wakes up to attack the work that's been scaring her. The other takes the same evening off, then the next, then renames the pattern "honoring my energy" until a month has passed and the scary work is still untouched, just better decorated. From the outside, both nights look identical. The split happens in what comes after. Care points you back toward the hard thing. Indulgence points you away from it and calls that direction wellness. Watch the language too, because the language is where the con hides. We've built a whole vocabulary for staying still and feeling noble about it. Setting boundaries, honoring your energy, protecting your peace, romanticizing your life. Every one of those phrases describes something real and worth doing. And every one of them has been quietly hijacked to mean, I'm going to skip the uncomfortable thing and feel mature about skipping it. A boundary that protects your growth is gold. A boundary that protects your comfort from your own ambition is a cage you decorated. The words are identical. Only you know which one you just used. Now flip it onto yourself, because that's the only place this lands. When was the last time you rested right before doing something that would have actually moved you forward? The pitch you didn't send. The first rep of a skill you're bad at. The cold message to someone whose work you admire. Notice the timing. The urge to be gentle with yourself spikes hardest at the exact moment growth gets uncomfortable. That's your survival instinct, finding the emergency exit and labeling it a spa. I'll give the other side its due, because it's real. Sometimes you are genuinely empty. Burnout is real. and grinding through a body that's screaming is its own kind of stupidity. There are weeks where the bravest, most ambitious thing you can do is lie down and let the engine cool. If you're running on 3 hours of sleep and a stress headache, the gym session you skip is wisdom. The problem was never rest. The problem is that I'm burnt out and I'm avoiding produce the exact same behavior, and only one of them is telling the truth. So, how do you tell which one you're in? You ask a question the wellness brands will never put on a candle. After this, do I want to face my life or escape it more? Real recovery makes the hard thing feel slightly more possible. You finish the rest and the mountain looks climbable. Avoidance makes it feel further away. You finish the binge and the mountain has somehow grown, and you need another episode just to stop looking at it. Same couch, same blanket, opposite trajectory. The activity tells you nothing. The direction tells you everything. There's a quieter cost here too, and it's the one that actually scares me for you. Every time you dress avoidance up as self-care, you teach yourself that your word means nothing. You said you'd build the thing. You didn't. And instead of feeling that honestly, you smoothed it over with a wellness story. Do that enough times and you stop trusting yourself. Not in a dramatic way, in a slow one. You start setting smaller goals because some part of you already knows you won't show up. That's the real damage. A slowly shrinking sense of what you're capable of, one comfortable lie at a time. Think about anyone you actually admire, the people building the life you want from scratch, the ones who shipped the product, learned the skill, grew the body, kept the promise to themselves. Ask what their recovery looked like. It was probably boring. Real sleep, real food. A walk with no podcast, a genuine day off, take it on purpose, then over. Their rest was a pit stop, sized to the race. It wasn't the race itself dressed up in soft lighting. That's the tell. People who are actually building rest like it's fuel. People who are hiding rest like it's a destination. And the cruelest part is how good it feels in the moment. Avoidance is engineered to feel like relief, because in the short term, it is. The dread lifts the second you decide not to do the thing. That hit of relief is exactly what trains you to do it again tomorrow. You're not weak for falling for it. You're human. And the comfort was designed by people far smarter than your willpower. The way out isn't more willpower. It's a better question asked before the relief kicks in. Because the self you're trying to become is waiting in the moments you'd rather skip. The discipline, the calm under pressure, the quiet confidence you want, all of it gets forged by walking toward the thing that scares you, not by recovering from the walk you never took. You become the person by doing the reps. The reps are the person, and this is where actual self-care lives. The real version, the one with no candle attached. Real self-care is often the least soothing thing in the room. It's going to bed early, so tomorrow's version of you isn't sabotaged before sunrise. It's the hard conversation you keep rescheduling. It's saying no to the friend whose hangout is really just a place you both go to avoid your own ambitions. It's the boring maintenance, the budget, the workout, the unsexy practice that keeps your life from quietly falling apart. None of it photographs well. All of it actually loves you. Watch what happens when you make that switch. The guilt hum goes quiet. You stop needing to perform relaxation because you're actually relaxed, having earned it. You start sleeping better, not because of a routine you bought, but because you spent the day in a way you respect. The body that kept the receipts starts paying you back. And the freedom you bet your whole life on finally starts working for you instead of against you, because you've learned to direct it. Here's the test that strips the whole thing bare. Take the next thing you're about to call self-care, the break, the day off, the treat. Before you do it, ask one question. Am I moving toward my life or away from it? If you're moving toward it, do the thing fully. Rest like you mean it. No guilt, no phone, no apology. You earned the repair. If you're moving away from it, you don't need rest. You need 10 minutes of the thing you're avoiding, and you can rest on the other side of those 10 minutes as a different person. Run it for a week and something shifts. You'll catch the urge to treat yourself mid-sentence and realize you're 3 minutes from work that scares you. You'll start trusting your own word again because the days you said you'd show up, you showed up. That trust compounds quietly. Smaller promises become bigger ones. The goals you set stop shrinking and start stretching because the evidence finally points the other way. You built that. Not a candle, not a subscription, not a softer version of giving up. Most people will never run that test. They'll keep buying comfort and calling it growth. Keep decorating their avoidance until the decorating becomes the whole life. You chose a path nobody handed you, which means you're already the kind of person who can handle the truth. So stop asking how to feel better. Start asking what you're actually building, and whether this next hour is bricks or just a nicer place to sit while the thing you wanted goes unbuilt. The bath was never the problem. What you do when the water goes cold is the entire game.